I'd say it's a good sign when a team that just won the championship looks even better the next season, especially when they didn't make any actual roster changes, because the Cavaliers look fantastic through 5 games so far. And the thing with the Cavs was they were always super talented. I mean, LeBron James, Kyrie Irving, J.R. Smith's a good shooter, Kevin Love, while it was never a perfect fit, still pretty damn good guy. And for a lot of the time, it was LeBron James and Kyrie Irving going one-on-one or in pick and rolls, and then they could just beat you by themselves because they're so good. But if you provide help defense, there's a lot of shooters with, previously Dellavedova, J.R. Smith, Channing Frye, Kevin Love, like I mentioned before. When LeBron James drives, he's got Kyrie Irving to kick out to. Richard Jefferson has been able to hold on. That was kind of their game plan for a while, and it definitely worked because, of course, they won a championship. But what seems interesting is this year, it seems like the Cavaliers have developed just a bit more chemistry overall. Because even looking at the team, you could always say it was never a seamless fit, especially when it came to Kevin Love. He's always seemed like, the odd guy out for LeBron and Kyrie to do their thing. But this season, Kevin Love is more a part of the offense. He is just more involved overall, and I think it really shows the chemistry improvements that the Cavaliers have made. And I don't like to get too much into pressure type of talk with basketball because I just think X's and O's and the fact that one team beats the other team through game plan is, it's more important, but I also think there's something to be said about the mental side of the game, and I do think Kevin Love is playing with a bit more ease on his shoulders this season. And I think the Cavaliers are also helping him out with that because, for one, they're just giving him the ball more. Like I saw a game against the Rockets where they just threw it to him on the high post, and they said, hey, just do your thing. We're all going to get out of the way, and you can post up, which was not a thing that was really happening before. And it resulted in him scoring quite a few times. He hit a bunch of face-up jumpers on, I believe, Sam Decker. But it was really good to see the Cavaliers just say, all right, Kevin Love, for the next couple possessions, the offense is yours. And the thing with Love is, he's a really talented offensive player because he can shoot from everywhere. He can shoot threes, he can shoot mid-range, he can face up. He has a very good hook shot, which he doesn't just use in the post. He also uses it for a runner, and if he's at an odd angle, he can bank it in with a jump hook, things like that, which are all really valuable. So it's a good sign that they're just throwing him the ball. It's also a good sign that they'll run screens for Kevin Love just to switch it, and then they'll throw him the ball. That happened against the Rockets where Kevin Love and LeBron, they did a screen and nothing came from it, and then they immediately re-screened, and then it resulted in a switch, which then resulted in LeBron just dumping it off to Love, and it was an easy 2 points because he had a perimeter player on him, and it's that's the type of stuff that we just didn't see from them last season. If there was a screen with LeBron and Love that didn't work, it would be, all right, LeBron's going ISO, K-Love, get the hell out of the way. And it doesn't happen now, and that's a good sign. It's also scary for the rest of the NBA. Another thing is LeBron's just sort of laid-back approach this season. I say laid-back, he's putting up 22 points a game, but he's also putting up 10 assists. So I think LeBron might be taking a little bit of a back seat, allowing Kyrie Irving to go off, who's currently putting up 26, and make sure everything is going well, being the elder statesman, aka the grandfather of the team, if you will. But also some other things I noticed with the Cavs is just the stuff they ran against the Celtics last night was really good. There was a play early on in the game where J.R. Smith had a floppy play with Tristan Thompson at the top of the key, and then it was sort of like a handoff where, J.R., he got an initial screen to create some separation, but then Tristan passed him the ball, and then he immediately set a screen for J.R., which resulted in a wide open three, which he is going to knock down a lot of the time. Stuff like that, just like an evolution of their offense, which is good. Another thing I'm noticing is Iman Shumpert is shooting 55% from 3 right now. Do I imagine he's going to maintain that? No. But if Shumpert can be respectable from 3, that's huge because he's already a really good defender and athlete, and he has shown some three-point life in the past, but past couple seasons he's really been almost a non-factor offensively for them at times. But if he can be decent from 3, then you're talking about another guy who can shoot. I mean, one reason I've liked Shumpert is even if he's not a guy who can give you a lot of offense in the past, you could still justify playing him like 20 minutes a game because of his defense and his athleticism. And as of right now, it seems like Shumpert is their first guy off the bench. I'm pretty happy with that. Hopefully that offense can keep on keeping on, because if you can roll out Shumpert, Richard Jefferson, sometimes Mike Dunleavy Jr., Channing Frye, as well as stagger Kevin Love's minutes with Kyrie and LeBron, you could have like 3 or 4 shooters at the floor at almost all times. So I think the Cavs got a good thing going. The ball movement's better, off-ball stuff is better. Getting the ball to Kevin Love's huge, just making the offense more complex, making them harder to defend. And then above all that, you still have Kyrie Irving and LeBron James, who can just say, give me the ball and I'm going to win us this. That's how they won a championship. So even if they're facing a really good defensive team or whatever, they always have that in their back pocket to just make the offense as simple as possible, give it to one of those guys. I mean, hell, in the Celtics game, there were 2 straight plays where Kyrie Irving just rose up and hit a three-pointer that was kind of a questionable shot, and he just dropped it right through. One of them was on a pull-up on a fast break, the other one was a pick and roll. It's like, that's just Kyrie being really good. And I think we can also talk about the possibility of Kyrie Irving for MVP. I think he could be a real candidate because Cavaliers are going to be one of the top teams in the league, probably the second best record. Hell, they might have a better record than the Warriors, I don't know. Kyrie's probably going to lead them in points, and hell, I mean, I don't know, maybe that gets you the MVP. I mean, we all know LeBron's still the best player, but if Kyrie averages like 26 and 5 for them, and they win like 58 games, and LeBron maintains his like 21 points and 10 assists, maybe, I don't know. Of course, we'll know who the MVP will definitely be in the playoffs, but still, I think the Cavs are doing well. If there's any sort of additions they need to make, it would be at the backup point guard position. To be fair, LeBron and Kyrie are pretty much always dribbling the ball, and you can stagger them to where one of them is on the floor at all times. But it is still nice to have a genuine backup point. I mean, Dellavedova definitely played a role for them last season, so maybe that's the one spot you have to improve on. I don't really know what their trade assets are at this point in terms of draft picks and their extremely high salary, but, you know, if someone becomes available, it's an idea. But still, this team is looking even better. The on-court chemistry is fantastic. I'm liking more of the off-ball stuff. I'm liking the fact that Iman Shumpert might be a real offensive option for them. The fact that Kevin Love's getting the ball more, and they're just, at times, just giving him the ball and getting out of the way is huge. And